on the back side. Shoes. We'll use 12 inches of steel to make them. By the way, this is Jason the Farrier. Sydney's here for a few days visiting me, so she's helping me. So I'm going to measure 12 inches. And I'll cut 2 pieces of steel 12 inches long. Gonna make front shoes or hind shoes, Sydney?
Front shoes.
Okay. Make some front shoes. Now I got my chop saw. It's easier to use a chop saw. Obviously when I'm out in the field I don't use a chop saw, but that's what we're going to use today. Okay, so stick it in there 12 inches and I'll go ahead and cut these pieces of steel. So we got the first one. I'll use the side of the blade to get that little burr off of there. Okay, so we got our steel here. One piece is just a hair shorter than the other. That's all right. Best way to get center is you make a mark with your soapstone, or in this case I got a marker. We'll just use that for right now. Got a red Sharpie. And you flip one piece around and you mark the center of the 2 pieces, which is about where I marked. I guess that's kind of a miracle. I got a good eye. I don't know. You mark enough steel, you get kind of good at it. So now let me grab my hammer. We want to make a center mark on our steel, so right where I marked with that Sharpie, hit it on the side of the anvil, and it makes a center mark. My dad's got his name on that piece. Just like that. And so what we'll do is stick him in the forge. A front shoe that's plain stamped without a crease or a fuller, and we'll make one with a fuller or crease. And just to demonstrate the difference in making those shoes. I've made a lot of these shoes nowadays. I mostly make fuller shoes or crease shoes, but we'll demonstrate both of them. And kind of show you the difference. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is bump the toe up on these shoes. We got messing around and got a little too hot, but we'll stick it in here and cool it off about 1.5 inches of the center of the toe. On each side, like that. Bumps that toe. Makes it thicker. Oh. You can't really see a lot, but it is a little bit thicker right there. By doing that, let's see how much we shortened our still. Very good. We only got about 1/4 inch. Let's try the other one. Anyway, doing this causes your toe to wear better. The toe is the thing that wears the most in these shoes. So do the same thing here. It's not a lot thicker, but it's a little bit. And then just measure this and see if I did any better. So we're going about 1/4 inch is all shortening, which is fine. And I'll put it back in there. First thing we're going to do when we bring it out is we're going to make the toe, what we call the toe pin. So I'll bring it out. See, there's our center mark right there. I'll put my hammer up about 1.5 inches on each side of that center mark. Like a 90-degree angle. That's a little bit more than a 90-degree angle. And I'll bring it over here towards my heel. There's kind of a hill. So then after that I'll take hill. It's kind of the same way. Kind of 90 or 45 degree angle on the hill and kind of just drive it back into itself. We're basically making that round. Kind of got a bird-shaped shoe there, but we'll fix that. Gonna seat it back up. Looks like it's pretty hot. Same thing. That's a little more symmetrical. So, I'll get this first one symmetrical to start with, and then we'll, that's the one we'll fuller. We'll fuller that one, the other one will punch. So I'll demonstrate both ways. Okay. I gotta fix this. Kind of symmetrical now. Now let's find our center mark. It's right there. So from center we want to mark. I've got these dividers set at 1 1/3 inches. So I'll mark right there, 1 1/3 inches. Start our crease. So we'll start right there and just kind of mark it. So I can see it. Then on this other side, we'll start from the heel and work our way forward. Take it right over the side of the anvil. brought that in just a little bit, right there. So when I fuller it, it'll push it back out and make it the same diameter. Stamp it. It's a lot easier shoe to make. You don't have to fuller it, so it's a lot easier shoe to make. And it works just as good. The only thing is, crease or a fuller gives you some type of traction in the dirt. It fills up with dirt, and dirt on dirt gives you traction. Also, when you're nailing the shoe, as I'll demonstrate later, if your nail goes too high or too low, it's a lot easier to pull out a nail from a fuller shoe than a plain stamped shoe. That's basically the disadvantage and advantage of both of them. This is a creaser or a fuller that we were using a second ago. This one's made by Jim Keith. I've had this a long time. Now, this is a 4-punch that will make this plain stamp shoe with, and you can see that's pretty worn. Jim Keith made that one also, and I've had it a long time. But they both work good, and so we'll use this tool right now. So we got some slack. Let's trim that slack. And the same thing, we want to find center again, which is right there. Right there. We'll take our punch and punch right there. Our toenail, then move back here to the widest part of the branch foot. Punch our heel nail and kind of split the difference. Right now, we've got our 3 holes that are going to be our nail holes. I want to flatten this shoe. And these things here, where's the pointer? These things here are called frog eyes. You can see those, they bulge out. So I'm going to get rid of those frog eyes. The way I do that is bring it over the horn on the back feet and just tap it back into the horn. And you can see they're gone, okay? Now I'll take my punch and open that up just a hair. Well, so I'll come over here and open them up. Now in reality, that's ready to pritchel. It's at a nice, when you pritchel, you want it pretty much a black heat. And that's where we're at right now, so we can bring it over here. The pritchel is what makes the final nail hole. This stuff is just beeswax or Forstner's hoof packing. It cools the tools down. See, we got our, that's the back of the shoe. That's the front of the shoe. Let me see if I can find a nail. It's 55. And that fits in there pretty nice. Probably a little too nice. We want it kind of sticking up, but those nails fit perfect. So what we'll do on this one is we'll we'll punch the other branch and pritchel, and that shoe will be done. We'll maybe pull a toe clip too to help show that. Let's get a little heat on it. We're going to finish. We'll make a crease on this other shoe. We'll bring our creaser over here. Start up there at the toenail. And kind of make an indentation. Just follow that mark we set. Have to go back. A couple more times. Got the, let me flatten it out. So that's pretty much the crease. Okay, now take my hammer and kind of close that up. This time I hit on the front side of the shoe, now I'm going to hit on the back side. And right down the center. We'll bring it back. And open it up. So that's half done, except I'll heat it up again. I'll get another heat and then use my punch to make where I'm going to put my nail holes. Then I'll let it cool off and pritchel. Actually, I'll crease the other branch first before I do that. Okay, now we're going to punch the other branch of our plain stamp shoe. I'm going to shut this off again. This forge heats stuff up pretty quick. Get that slag off there. Go back to our center mark and scroll that thing, and then we'll get our punch, 4-punch. Oh, I went too deep almost. The same thing. Hit your toe. And the widest part of the foot, and split the difference. Then we pretty much just repeat what we just did. Flatten it out. Get rid of our frog eye. Then open it back up with our punch. Get some more grease in it. And now we'll pritchel again. amazing how long this stuff lasts. This is a J Sharp Pritchel I bought in 1990.
Okay.
I've just reworked it a bunch of times. Let's go one more time here. So we got our other branch to hold. Now we just got to get our shape. I'm going to put a toe clip on this shoe, so I'll bring it out and clip it right here, then I'll shape that up, then it should fit. So let's get the other, get some more heat on it. We're going to fold the other branch. So on this one, we start back here at the heel. Okay, that's good enough. We'll bring it over and flatten it out again. And then bring it back over here. Oh, now it dropped it. Back up. I think I'm gonna punch this for a city head slim. Let me get my other little punch. Another Pritchel. In the meantime, we'll work on this punch. We'll make a toe clip. Ready? Okay, when you make a toe clip, it's not too hard. Turn our gas off again. I got what's called a clipping hammer. And that works really good, so come on this side. And get rid of the slag. And then when I make a clip, I bring right to the side of the edge of the horn, or the edge of the anvil, and drive that in there, make what's called the source hole, and then bring it more down. Like that, and then And that's the toe clip right there. So we got plenty of heat left in this shoe. So let's kind of shape it some. That here in just that's fairly symmetrical. I mean, it's not perfect. Looks like I got my toe clip a little off center. But now what we'll do is just seat out the toe of the shoe. So I'll come around, hit it with my flat side of the hammer. This is to relieve sole pressure on the foot. And then we'll take it over the horn and just kind of bring that clip in a little bit. When I put that on, I'll burn it into the hoof wall in the front, and that'll help hold it on there better. That's not perfect by any means, but I think that'll work. Now, let's kind of brush it off. There's a lot of slag on here. We probably don't take all it off. If we were in a contest or something, we would. It's gonna hit the ground, but it's gonna wear off anyway. So now we got it fairly cool. Let me find our nail again. So our MX55 depends on the top, but it'll work. So they all fit. You can see from that side that it's pretty tight right there. There's a little bit of movement, but it sits pretty tight. That's what we want. And what I was telling Sydney earlier, a long time ago I bought this punch. And normally I stamp my wife's name on this somewhere. We'll do it on the heel right now because I've got that clip going on in the toe. Can't see it very good. It says Becky, but we'll see if we can show it to you. Oh no, it's kind of dark in here. Can you see it?
A little bit. A little bit.
Okay, we'll finish the other shoe. Shoe's hot enough that we can go ahead and punch it. And I grabbed this other punch. This is for a City Head 5 nail. So when I punch these, I'll go a ways back from where my crease ends. And do the same thing. The widest part of the foot, the toe, we got a little slag there, and in the center. And so we've got a little heat in that still, so while it's cooling, I'll go ahead and seed the toe out right now. So I'll just take the flat side of the hammer and just go around there and take sole pressure off that toe. If your shoe puts pressure on that sole, it makes the horse lame. So there's two ways to prevent that. One is to seed the toe of your shoe out, and the other is to take the pressure off the sole when you trim the foot with your knife. And I do both of those, so we don't have very many lame horses around here. But anyway. So now we're at a point where we can pritchel that. And I got this other pritchel. It's made for it's a J sharp also. It's originally for a City Head 5, and that's how I kept it. A little grease on it. It might be a little too big, but. Okay, let me flatten the shoe out. Okay. So we got it done. Now let's see if the nails fit before we do anything else. Let me get my nail film on the floor. The Capo 5 Slim, I use a lot of these nails. They're good nails, and they definitely fit in there. Probably a little too, I need to work on my pritchel a little bit. That's too big almost. But they fit in there just fine. These nails are awesome. So let's pull a clip on this shoe, and then we'll be done. Okay, so we're gonna draw a clip on this shoe. Center's about right there, so I'll bring it to the edge of the anvil, get a source hole, and then I'll make a little lip. And then I'll bring it back on the side of the anvil. And there's the clip. Now, let me see if I can make this, get my shape back. Now the trick. Let's see if we got a pair. Pretty close, huh, Sydney?
Yeah.
We'll bring that branch in just a hair. Now we just gotta cool it off a little bit. They're still pretty hot even when they're black. Okay. Now let's see if our nails still fit, or we need to open them up. Here they all fit. So we'll put Becky's name on this one too. Right here. I don't know if you can see that.
I know, a little bit. Yep, there you go. You can see it.
All right, this is Jason the Farrier. So hopefully this was kind of entertaining. You know, the advantage to this Fullard shoe, it's easier. So if we have a bad nail, it's a lot easier to pull that nail out because you got space to stick your tools in there and pull it out. Also, that Fuller fills up with dirt, and dirt on dirt gives you traction. It grabs each other. It's just like rubber on a highway. So that's an advantage. And the plain stamp shoe obviously doesn't take as long to make, but it's completely functional. Especially on a front where you're, you know, any shoe, you could use this. A lot of sliding plates are just plain stamp shoes, but they're wider and longer. When I became a journeyman farrier, I had to make 4 of these fronts and hinds and clip them and stick them on the horse in 2 hours. It was a hard job, but I got it done, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. And Sydney, show them out here. It's been raining all day. Arizona doesn't rain a lot, but we've got some mud puddles and all kinds of stuff going on out here. Anyway, have a good day.